All right, for these slides, as reference for the seed and fruit activity, we can offer you an opportunity to quiz yourself. So as you see the following pictures, tell me, is it a fruit or vegetable? Fruit or vegetable? So this beautiful apple is a fruit. Most of you probably guessed that. Broccoli. Fruit or vegetable? Veggie. Banana. Fruit. Potato. Veggie. Everybody's favorite, right? Celery is veggie. Green beans. And you're gonna say fruit? Lettuce? Veggie. Bell peppers. Bet you're gonna tell me it's fruit? How about this walnut? This is what a walnut looks like on a tree. Fruit? Pea pods. Fruit or veggie? And you're gonna say fruit. Corn. Fruit. Squash. Fruit. Acorn from an oak tree. Fruit or veggie? Fruit. Tomato on the vine. You're going to say fruit. Now, a lot of these things that we looked at, we classify as nuts or vegetables, not fruits. Thinking of the peas or the green beans or the corn. But why am I calling them fruits? Well, there's a difference between what we call a fruit in fruit or vegetable. That classification in the grocery store is different than what we would classify it biologically speaking. So what makes this tomato a fruit? Well, if you cut open that tomato, you would see inside a whole bunch of seeds. So this tomato developed from the flower and has seeds inside, so it's surrounding and protecting those seeds. So the fruit, by definition, is the ripened ovary of a flower. So after the flower has reproduced, that ovary develops into a mature fruit. So what's going on with flower reproduction? How does that happen? Well, it's kind of a two-step process where we have the pollination happening up here. The pollen grains hit the sticky stigma, and that stimulates a growth of pollen tubes down the style of the carpel or pistil. And then inside of those pollen tubes, sperm cells make their way down from the pollen, down those tubes until they reach an egg. So the pollen tube is going to come down and meet up with an egg in the ovary. Or sometimes those eggs are referred to as ovules. And once the sperm cell reaches that egg, then fertilization can occur. And so the meeting of the egg and sperm, fertilization, and then that cell becomes a zygote. That fertilized cell is called a zygote, and then it will reproduce itself through mitosis and develop into the embryo plant, and then protected inside of a seed. And so that ovule becomes seeds, and then this ovary will mature into the fruit that surrounds and protect it. And so what's the seed? Well, those are the next generation of plants following reproduction. So what's in a seed? So if we pull open this peanut, we've got the stuff that we eat, but then maybe you've never noticed, there's a little tiny structure at the end of the peanut, and this is actually the embryo plant. The flaky stuff on the peanut that comes off is called the seed coat. The embryo plant down here, and then most of the peanut that we eat is the cotyledon, called the seed leaf. And cotyledon contains endosperm, which is food, stored food that is going to help the embryo plant sprout out of the ground. Because if a seed is planted in the ground, there's no sunlight to give it energy, so it has to rely on the energy of the endosperm to get sprouted and out of the ground. So this is kind of just some reference information on seeds and how they tie into flowers and how flowers tie into fruits.